positive impacts of COVID-19 virus. First comment. I think a lot of people are realizing how terrible some of their relationships have been, whether it be with employers, spouses, family, etc., and I think a lot of people are just taking a lot less shit from people. I also think so many have revisited past hobbies, or taken up new ones, or truly became reacquainted with feeling at home in their homes. I think both these things will result in a lot of people just slowing down and reassessing what or who is worth keeping around in life. I know that's certainly been the case for me. I also think a large number of people who have experienced working from home will now refuse to make commuting a part of their workday, which will eventually lead to a lot of changes to how we work. This may eventually lead to changes to housing prices in different areas, etc. Next comment. Also, you can work from home when you're sick enough to think you might be contagious but not so sick you can't at least do something on your laptop in bed. Less use of sick hours, work is still getting done, and you're not putting others at unnecessary risk. If you have kids, then it's also easier to juggle. Like if they're little and can't be alone or are too young for school or you don't have summer care or they're sick, then you can still get some work done while taking care of them. Hopefully we move away from the culture of working through illness. You're not tough for going in anyway. You're quite dumb. Next comment. I tried to do this before with an old boss. A couple of years ago, I asked permission to work from home because I'm feeling sick but not too sick not to work. I was told, no, you're sick, then you're sick, there's no in between. Okay, I was just trying to be a good employee and work if I can even if I'm feeling a little blue, so I just used my SL. Now I have anxiety thinking that we'll eventually be forced to go back to the office. Next comment. My company just spent a ton on their own office tower. I knew it was a bad idea from the start. Sure, it's a big company and can afford it, but that money could have gone elsewhere. My grandparents always taught me, if you can afford rice, eat congee. As in, you could eat rice for a week, or you could stretch it out and eat congee, rice porridge, for 2 weeks. It may be less luxurious, but your stomach is equally sated, and you just saved half your money. Next comment. So many people are going to be seeking mental health support. In my personal experience, I have been suffering with social anxiety and bottling up my feelings. I could never bring it up to my doctor because I was so afraid of crying and making a fool of myself. Now that phone and video doctor sessions are available and encouraged, I was able to talk to someone without fear of crying in public. I am now going to therapy and in the process of being diagnosed with anxiety. I am sure there are many stories like mine out there. Just figured I'd add, if anyone needs to hear it, that you are never alone. It's so hard at first to reach out for help, but it is so worth it. Next comment. Better hygiene and personal space standards from businesses for their customers. At first, all of the frantic we do X, Y, and Z to ensure your personal health and safety and maintain the highest messaging was so weird and extreme, but now it just feels nice and standard. Things like having more room in restaurants, entertainment venues, etc. Very thorough cleaning in general. Salt and pepper shakers, condiments, etc. being left off the tables and brought out individually by request, all nice and clean. Contactless delivery. I've grown very accustomed to these wonderful things and hope they stick around. It's hard to lower a standard once your customers have gotten used to higher ones. Next comment. I normally get sick with colds and other upper respiratory infections an average of 1.5 times a season. Spring and summer went without me getting sick. It could be the quarantining, but I think masks do make a difference. I'm hoping it becomes culturally acceptable to wear masks similarly to how normal it is in parts of Asia. Last but not the least. Hygiene. I'm usually sick all the time, but I haven't been sick a day since lockdown. We've been opened back up for months now with social distancing and extra hygiene measures in place everywhere. It's stunning. My kids haven't been sick either. It's like a miracle. Who knew people's gross hands and spittle was impacting my life so much?